EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Blues of San Antonio taking on the New York Giants. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
Ready! Strike, blue. Fight, white. Yellow, go. Ready?
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But you look at this defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll set up a throw. He's got him in, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Giants had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Steal, left. Smash, red. Set, cut.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They need 12 here. It's third down.
Red, yellow.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They begin with a run by Miller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 33, here's second down and 1. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
A first down carry now for Miller. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. You talk about this Giant defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Second and 9 from the 44.
63.
They'll run it again with Miller. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 25-yard line. 41 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run forward with Miller. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, San Antonio in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. And Hurts going to move him around. Third and goal, option right. Here's Miller. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kendre Miller with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. So his great start to the season continues. He found the end zone time after time in the opener last week. And he does it again here in week 2.
And Brandon, we have a lot of coaches sell us week to week that there is no momentum, there is no carryover. Every game is its own entity. But after what we saw him do last week and now punching one in here, I'm starting to think that there is a carryover, and he's feeling it.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Set, ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And this will be a Giants 1st down as he'll take this forward to the 27.
Here we go, set.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
43 rail. Black shot. Black ultra. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
There he goes, right side. Saquon Barkley. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have retaken the lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
In motion left is Davis.
Check right. Little check.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 96 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Quick, yellow. Ready.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Third and 3.
Ultra.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Sullivan. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Here's Hurts to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Opposite, green. Blue stripe. Set.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Ready.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times. Because
there he goes left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 90 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Blues have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Claws red. Eagle blue. Black one. Smack. Smack. Set.
Again, it's Barkley. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Let's go.
3rd and 12.
Check pitch. Hey, red. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. And now they're in the hurry up. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. And the pitch goes to Miller. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't he?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. The York on now for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready up. Check view. Hunt.
They begin with a run by Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Green jack. Zone ready.
Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Ready.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Roster, 6. Yellow, zoom. Real green.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go, set.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
6, Madden. Go pink. Slide through.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Well, hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Here's Miller on the read option. He'll get this down to the 38. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Miller. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. All you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
The battle in the trenches, never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And that one going nowhere from the start, as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run. It's Miller. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Miller, he's had a big workload here tonight. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend, because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants.
The touchdown is huge, but the focus now is on the two-point play. I don't want to say they have a cushion here, but if they don't get it, they still have a chance for an onside kick.
They would need some big-time help, but you're right. There would be a shock, but the focus right now on that two-point conversion. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for two.
Fight, fight.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to get into the end zone. The two-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. If you've been waiting all day for Sunday night, it's been worth the wait. All tied here in the fourth as the kick is away. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
Check white. Watch out now. 50 series. Ultra. Go ultra. Ready?
Running left, it's Barkley. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's 2nd down.
Steal. Check steal. Yellow. Steel, black. Set.
They'll run it again with Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
Yellow, go. Hey, green. Hut.
A handoff, Barkley running left, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Down. Hut, hut.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown.